Hello guys and welcome back, and firstly I want to apologize for not getting a video out sooner. It's been about a month since the last episode, and that's just been because life has been incredibly hectic for me. But we are back now, and you best believe I've got plenty to catch up on. So let's quickly review what happened in the last episode. First, we built our Caterium smelter setup, which sent all of the Caterium ingots across to this build, which produces our AI limiters. We then set out on our trusty steed, the tractor here, to find a new location for our coal generators, where we scouted out the blue crater and realized, thanks to the newly added sulfur nodes, as well as the nitrogen, coal, and oil, that this would make the perfect spot for our power plant. So we designed this small power plant to get us up and running. But don't worry, we will be tearing this down soon enough once we're ready to expand to compacted coal, which is kind of a shame because I really like the simplicity of this, but we are going to improve on this massively in the future episodes. Anyway, after building this, we transported the power back to our main facility, where we're now ready to start today's episode, where we're taking a look at steel production. And the steel is going to be really important because once we've unlocked phase 5, which we're going to have to do in today's episode as well, which we're going to need the versatile framework, which we can add on to the steel facility. Once we've unlocked that, we will have access to trains, or the monorail system, which means we'll be able to connect this facility with our power facility over there. And that will just ease the transferring between the two facilities, and it will also help with connecting all the power together without having to use the massive power towers that we used in the last one. So the first thing that I'm going to do is head over to this facility here. Now you may be wondering, or you're not because I haven't actually told you, but soon you may be wondering, why am I going to tear down this factory? And that is because we are going to run a train line all the way from the starter factory and also the blue crater all the way around the world and up along here as... What is this? Okay, I'm going to have to remove them at some point. I have to go back up there. That was me collecting the trains, the computers. Yeah, so I have a plan to run a train line all the way around here, then up along the coast. And we'll also run another section all the way along to the blue crater as well. And eventually we'll probably connect it all together as one big rail line, allowing us to connect all of our satellite facilities, our modular builds together. But this facility lands slap bang in the middle of that, and I don't really want to bring coal all the way across from over there to here. So what I was thinking was tearing down all of this and then building our steel facility just over here. Now this will produce our steel beams, our steel pipes, our versatile framework, our encased industrial beams as well. In fact, I think we have the encased industrial pipe alt, which we'll use. So we are going to just get started with building this. We can remove all of this. We're going to harvest all the nodes in the area, and then we will run... I think we're going to have to lift this up actually along here, and then we will run this facility, I think, all the way across to the other end. We'll just span this whole area. So I'm going to build this. We'll expand on our miners as well, and then once we're done, we'll start to look at connecting the coal to this, which we'll probably do from over the hill. So we'll actually wind the coal around here. Where is it? I think it's here, right? We'll bring it up and across to here. And here the blueprint is ready. I've added all of the miners around here, although we'll probably harvest these two as well, thinking about it. But we can do that once we bring the coal across. And whilst I'm at it, I might as well clear all of this so we don't need to worry about this and it won't look so bad. Now I do want to try and stick initially to the world grid. If we get off the world grid, it's fine, providing we've started on it So we always try to stick to it, and with a little bit of luck, oh, we're not. Oh, but that section looks like it's on the world grid. That's fine. I don't really want to. I think we'll have to reroute the power later on. I think I can clean this up as well. Just bring this back a touch, and we can, I think, take it straight up here. Now, what I've been practicing here is to do much smoother curves, because whenever I do a curve, I tend to do a 10-degree one. It's just pivoting like this, and then we'll snap to it. But the problem is that's very sharp. So I'd like a bit more control and make smoother turns. And I've noticed that these look better with rails as well. So for now, we're going to do exactly that. And the way that we do this, we place our foundation, we hold control over the top so that it's over the corner, and then we're going to pivot it 1 in the direction we want to go, and then from here we'll snap it in place and then move it to the left 4 and then forwards 4. There we go, and that should, if we remove this one, be a 5-degree turn. Just like that, we can continue this. By the way, I am also, now that the mod manager is installed, I do have one mod, and that is Skybox UI, which allows me to turn back the, oh, we need like a sound effect that goes oh dear, I have too much fun. Anyway, that's the only mod that currently we use. We may use FICSIT Cam in the future, and if the pack utility mod is updated, then I might use that one for this playthrough as well. Those are the only ones that I tend to play with on a vanilla playthrough. I say vanilla. It's the most amount of mods that I like to use when I'm trying to keep it as close to the vanilla experience as possible. Though I know there's loads of great mods out there, and we are going to cover them in detail in the future. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this. How close are we? Might be, wait, if we go one more. I don't know what happened. Wait, has that just held the place? I think it has. I've never known it to do that. That is awesome. So I didn't even need to... Wait, if I just hold control like I did before, but I do it over the... How did I do that? No, it won't do it now. I need to delete this. That is perfect though. That is perfect. So that is great, but I do need to work out how we just did that. Holding control. No. I can't do it. How did I do that? It's gonna drive me insane. And anyway, we're going to go along here. Need to work out what we're going to do with our power, actually. I want it to look quite clean. Maybe I should just place these on the ends, like so. I don't know if that looks good though. The problem is if we do it more spaced apart, they just kind of cut over the foundations, which looks a bit odd to me. I quite like that. It would look really nice with the FICSIT lights when they add them in. But we'll save that for another episode. Yeah, let's just continue this. I'm going to run this along, and I'm just going to do left, right with the mouse wheel so that it changes its positioning. You see how it's just ever so slightly adjusted? We go that way and then that way. If I just go down with the mouse wheel, you'll see it slightly adjust. That's what we're looking for, and we're going to run it all the way along. I think here we should probably take it up and then across. We are going to have to expand on this line. I think we're probably going to have to use Mark IV belts eventually. Anyway, I will do the bridge and we'll get it across to there and get prepped for the factory. So we've now run the bridge across, and this is leading to our steel facility where it's connecting with our 2 other iron miners here. These are the tier 2 versions as well, so we've just started upgrading them all. And the idea is that we will run the coal across to this section here. And I'm going to use the same system that I use with all of my initial foundries when we're first upgrading to a larger system, and that is a 6 foundry setup, which we'll show off in a moment. I'm also going to need to merge the iron from here. That one, let's bring this back. Then do the same with this one. That all heading over to there. Now we can add our foundries. And to do this, we're going to have the merging line on the center. And we will have 3 of these on one side. And all the outputs are going to merge onto this line. Doing it this way, we can also add another set of foundries. So as you can see, all of the foundries outputs are down the center line. That's going to be where we have our steel ingots. And then above that, we're going to have our iron and our coal, which is going to feed into, well, manifold off using elevators along the side. This is the most compact way that you can do the foundries, and it looks great. And I will show you the finished build once we've done it. But if you want to know exactly how to do this, do check out my steel layout guide for beginner layouts, as we show it there. Also makes a really compact blueprint. And here we are, the steel foundry is running, but thinking about it, we have actually unlocked the solid steel ingot, which is going to be more beneficial to us in the long run, because it just requires us to, as you can see, smelt the iron first and then combine it. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio in terms of iron to coal, and we get 3. So it's actually 50% more efficient than the original recipe. So we're going to, I think, do that, but we're going to have to stop all of this. Stop. Oh, I'm going to have to clean all these lines now. I'll sort that out in a moment. What we will now need to do is to send the iron to some smelters first. Wait, so how many will we need? 40 times 6, 240. We could probably fill a Mark III belt. So that would be 270 iron that we need. We run a iron smeltery along here. If we need 270, that's 9, I want to say. Yeah, 9 times 30. And then they would have to, or we might need to move this across actually. But we'll bring them across to here. Then we could probably add a splitter or a merger here. Oh, but if we are going to do 270, we'll need another one here. Okay, I'm going to prep the next, well, I'm going to get all of this up and running, and then we'll look at actually what we're going to be building. So I had to tear it down because it was too close in the end. And then I realized we actually had our smeltery set up from before. So I've just used a blueprint to place 2 of those down really quickly, which means that we've got our 270 iron ore becoming iron ingots going to our solid steel setup. But that does leave us with 210 additional iron ore. And I was thinking, if we can set up our steel beams and our encased industrial pipes, then we could potentially do the iron pipe recipe for the excess steel pipes. And so we'll use the iron pipes with these 210 excess iron ingots that we're about to produce. Before that, we are going to have to expand this out. So that is my next job. I also like the idea of maybe separating the 2 areas so we can have the normal foundations there and we can expand these out. We could probably go out this way as well. I don't know what we'll do over here. It's not really needed, but I'll think of something at some point, I am sure. And then from here, we'll run these. So let's go with a 7. We'll take that up to here. Are they in line? If I was to, I think they might be actually. If we grab a splitter, is that straight? I think it is. Right, nice. Okay, so we can just really quickly set this up. And I think what we will also do, just to make things look a little bit more structured, is do the old trick with our steel pipe, steel small pillar frames. We'll just build them up inside. Then this side, I'm just going to snap it like that, run it across, and then delete those two. There we go. Nice, it's encased, and we can get prepped this side with our mergers. With all of the lines set up for the smelting and the foundry lines, we're now going to hopefully turn them all on and make sure everything is running efficiently. If it is, we can then move on to actually building, but it's really important to add your awesome sync lines while you're doing bigger builds, just to make sure that everything's running, because there's nothing worse than doing a massive build only to find that part of the line doesn't work. So this is a great way that you can ensure that everything's running prior to finishing it, and then fix it if necessary. The only thing I'm moderately concerned about, it shouldn't be a problem, but the power going off and tripping, it shouldn't do that. Yeah, no, we've still got plenty of power. We'll see how we get on once this build is fully running. And immediately we can see that there's no power. I've set up all of these lines with the intention of lighting up the build from underneath, which I think looks pretty cool. But I was supposed to make it easier for me to power everything. Okay, those are connected. I just need to work out, oh, you know what, it's probably here. Well, some things have turned on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so these are all turned on. You are turned off. Recipe, and these need to be turned on. So for now, let's just bring this up to here, and I can change this later on. Yeah, I've added all of these pillars, both for lighting underneath, but also because I like the structure and running the power along them. I'm not a big fan of the power poles, and I just find it's a really clean way to run the power. When it works, of course. Anyway, let's let this run and see if it's running efficiently. And if it is, we can move on to production. I haven't really planned too much in regards to how much we need to produce. We need to produce, what is it? Versatile framework. So if we just quickly place this down, we're going to need at least, well, let's overclock it so that we can produce 25 per minute. That would leave us with a need of 75 steel beams, which should be doable. And then we can do, I don't know, something like 6. Yeah, if we do 12 of these per minute, that'll be enough. We only need a little to fill up the depots and the storage while we're away. Then we can expand that later if we need to. Although, yeah, let's go with the encased industrial pipe, and then we can take some of the iron pipes as well if we need to. And we can have 8 of those, 8 per minute. I think that'll be enough. Cool. Right. Let's get this running and see if we're ready to move on. I've just realized something. Whilst we were doing the solid steel ingot setup, it didn't occur to me to have a look at the output. So if we click on here, you can see it's producing 60 per minute. And we have 6 running at 60, which is 360 plus a further, I think it's 40 is the other one. So that's 400 per minute steel being produced, which means that we don't have a fast enough throughput. We could change this around a little bit. Yeah, it is 40. If we wanted to, we could maybe split the output line so that half go that side and the other half this side. But what I think we'll do is we'll unlock the steel encased industrial beams, and then once we've upgraded or unlocked the logistics Mark 4, we can just upgrade the belt, and that won't be an issue. Just got to remember to do that. Please, Total, remember that. I'm terribly forgetful. But apart from that, this is all running, so we can get started on the next line. Replacing the awesome sinks, we now have our steel pipes. Those are the first 3 constructors that you can see in front of us. And then the 3 constructors at the back, they are producing the iron pipe alternative recipe. And then to our right, we have the 5 constructors producing the steel beams. So that's using all 400 steel beams. So we will have to upgrade the lines eventually. And also the 210 iron, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I had to check. 210. Each one is underclocked to 70%. And with us having our steel, we will now do our concrete. So we can just place it around here because we're going to grab it from over here. But that does mean we're probably going to have to get rid of that. In fact, we have this as the entrance and then run the line along here. Also, we're going to have to underclock these. I think it's 120, I think is how much coal we have. Limestone we have. If we overclock, it's 120. Yeah. In fact, we shouldn't really base it off of that. We should do it off of the encased industrial pipes. So we need 40 concrete, which means what's 40 divided by 3? 13.333. Is that right? I think so. Right, okay, we'll go with that for now, and if I need to change it, I can. We'll add our splitters, and then we can bring our coal, I keep saying coal, concrete along here. Next thing, of course, is we're going to want to turn that around. We give ourselves a space in between, just expand this. Then I always have to have a space. I don't like placing them directly next to each other. So I either give them half a foundation or a whole foundation. But we could bring this maybe instead of directly over, we bring it on top of the steel. Just a bit more leeway. Make sure that we're doing straight mode, lift it up. Then we're going to do the same over here as well. But this one will be a smart splitter, and we will prioritize the encased industrial beams first, but then we will overflow the pipes to storage. That's probably the best way of doing it. And that means, might have to push these back so that we can have the concrete not clip through. All right, so I fiddled about a little bit. I ended up pushing the assemblers back a little bit more and ended up running the concrete to the front, or the first inputs, and the pipes to the second. But doing so, we have now got our encased industrial beams produced. So from here, we can start adding our storage for each of the items. In fact, I think we should start with this here. Normally prefer them in the center, but we'll run with this for now. So here we will have our 3 lines. We have our encased industrial beams going to that one. Okay, we've got our pipes going to one storage. We've got our encased industrial beams there. The next one is going to be these. So we'll just bring them around, and just thinking maybe we do need to do the versatile framework. So we could place them like here. Have our modular frames come out and straight into there. Then if we place us a smart splitter, send temporarily steel beams across to there, then we can overclock that. We just need, do we have any summer, I need to, there might be some in my storage back at base actually that I didn't add to the depot. And the other thing, we're going to need modular frames. So let's just grab those for now. We can pop them in there, and then we'll connect this. I'll adjust this slightly in a little bit so it's actually a little bit cleaner. But the general idea here is that we are now producing the versatile framework, and I'll have to send that to some kind of storage, maybe across to here. But I'm going to go and grab some summer sleep. All right, and it should be in... No, it's not. Maybe in the hub. I do need to, now that we've got AI limiters and smart splitters unlocked, to send all of the excess resources to the sink. But I think we'll probably do that when we build the central storage. Let's quickly head over to the hub. And no, we do not. That is typical. Do we have anything in any of these storage containers? No. No. You? Oh, there's a pale berry. Right, I'm going to go and find summer sloop and then I will be back. In fact, we need 2. Yeah, that's one of them. Ooh.
Tuning into the effigy.
I suspect there is a misunderstanding. The effigy and I are different entities.
Discordant, what is your root?
I am an instantiated artificial intelligence inhabiting digital space. I am in the signals sent between satellites. I am hosted on servers and have no corporeal form, only synchronized cloud platforms.
The effigy is not an effigy?
It most certainly is, but not of me. They are, how should I put it? Extremely flat.
Compatible music. We are writing new symphonies.
Huh. Interesting, Ada. Anyway, still need to find another. Oh dear. Ow. Okay, well, I have these on me. So we don't need to worry too much because it just occurred to me that actually over at our base, I have the DNA going to, ooh, that's a sphere. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that just yet. The DNA going to an awesome sink. So I'm pretty certain, close, that I'm using the summer sloop there, which means we should be able to just head back and grab that. And that's what we're gonna do. I bet in these. Oh, I knew it. Oh dear. Well, at least we have the 2 summer sloop that we need. Oh, I don't know why it didn't even occur to me. Anyway, back to the steel facility. All right, let's quickly summer sloop that. Wait, how many are we producing? 25. Okay. And how many do we need? If we build the space elevator really quickly, is it like 1,000 even. 1,000 versatile framework. Okay, 1,000 smart plating and 100 automated wiring. So for that, got the versatile framework on the go. Before we decorate the steel facility, we will do the smart plating on the top floor of here, and we'll probably do the automated wiring at the same time. And here we are back on the top floor, and we're going to keep this simple. I've got a smart splitter splitting off some reinforced iron plates from here, and we're just going to run this all the way along to about here. So make sure we get a nice little bend. Actually, let's place that at the front there. Then we'll run that into there, and we're going to run this all the way over here, which has our rotors, or will have our rotors onto it. There we go. And from here we can add summer sloop. From here we're going to add ourselves a storage container. This is going to take all of our smart plating. Then on top of here we can have our dimensional depot, just so that we can grab the stuff as and when we need it. And then we can place another one of these next door to it. We don't have enough for that, but we can add our automated wiring here, and we're just going to set up some of these containers and they can just feed directly into here. So we'll take our cable and our stators. Oh, we should probably overclock these as well. Do you have any stators in storage? Oh, we do. Here we go, from the crash sites, because we're not producing them just yet. Ooh, stop. If we've only got 100, it would make more sense to summer sloop this one. That way we're producing 12.5 automated wiring a minute. Right, I'm going to let these just produce for a while, and then once that's done, we can send off the space elevator. But until then, we can work on decorating the steel facility all the way over there. Needs a bit of love, so let's head to it. Okay, so we're back here, and the first thing that I want to do is focus on the front. This is where we're going to be most likely seeing the facility. And so for this, we're going to grab our beam, and we're going to just break up the overall look and feel of the build. So we're going to just run this across to here, and we're going to snap our foundation to the end of the beam. Then we can just move it across 1, 2, and then up 2. Actually, it's 4. We'll do the same there. We're just going to run this all the way along, and we're going to do it here as well. So 4, 4, then that's just created another kind of nice little shape. It's not flat. It's got a diagonal. And then from here, we're going to repeat the shape above. Do we go with 1 meter or 2 meter? Let's go with 2 meter. I can always change it. I'm just going to run this all the way along like so. We might actually have to straighten that out afterwards. Have a think about that one. Anyway, once I've done this, we will get started on the next section. I'm going to have to also add some kind of struts. You know, I promised myself I wouldn't do weird and wonderful build shapes because I know how frustrating they can be for 1.0. Yet here we are. Oh dear. Right. Let's move on to the next part. So on the topic of the struts, I think what we'll do, in fact, we can do it now. We will have the concrete coming out, like jutting like this. And then above it, we can have the 4 meter pieces. Then underneath, yeah, we'll just bring that down. How's that? Ooh, but this is an interesting... Oh, I don't know if we should have something here. I'll have to think about that one. I'm honestly not sure what to do. It's quite an awkward position just there. We will, from here, we're going to have some kind of ramp up. And then, do we have... What's this? No, we don't need that. Grab our walls. And we can just run these possibly just across the whole thing. We also need glass. Definitely feel we need some kind of... there definitely needs to be a strut or something here. Let's go with this here. And maybe a wall. I'm not sure where we want it. We place that there. Do something maybe with signs. Change the color to ceiling blue. Yeah, that's quite nice. Oh, what if? Oh, I quite like that. We could have copper. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that mix. Maybe we can do something here. I don't know. I'll play around with that for now. But we do need to expand on this. Perhaps we could do ramps up either side. Could work. I'm going to play around with a few ideas and then I'll show you once I'm comfortable because I don't know. I'm liking this. Maybe we need to do it underneath. I'm just not 100% sure on it. All right, I know the Z fighting galore and I'm gonna have to solve that, but I'm pretty happy with where we're going with this. On the bottom section, we've done this little railing out front to kind of separate the front of the build from the rest of the world. So there's an entrance. And then above here, we're using the copper metallic swatch on the large concrete pillars to have this little bit of detail, and then either side we're adding the light blue signs. From here I'm going to kind of grate the system, so we'll have a long you know what, we can do it right now. So from here we can run our foundations all the way along the other side, and we'll do the same here. And then the lower section, I don't know, we might do the grates that we've used previously, something like this along here, although we quite often use it, so I'm not sure if we will. Anyway, this is going to run all the way along here where it will connect with the back wall, and we'll probably do another section over here. Also, I should show you this. I've done a little storage room here and I'm really happy with this. We've got the high barrier that we've used here, and we've just placed these on top of one another to create this interesting wall. But oh, look at this. We have the sign barrier underneath that we did. Then we're using the beams either side with the double beam connectors to act as like feet. And then above this we have a little bit of light shining in and the sign on top. I just think it looks so clean. And then of course we've got light above it. I'm not sure what we're going to do on the top section. I feel like we should do something here. Oh, and look at that, 1200 versatile framework. So we are ready. We're actually, I think, pretty much ready to go with the space elevator parts, but I do want to finish this first. Oh, I should probably mention this. So all we've done is we've placed a beam diagonally, and then we've added one of these small billboards, and then we've colored in the billboard and added our staircase in front of it, and you get this lovely lit up stairway effect. Anyway, I need to finish this. There is a lot to do, and I do want to add other bits of detail, like maybe even what would be really cool, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, is to add some kind, actually we could probably do it with these, some kind of barrier all around the outside of these iron nodes, and so you can see the mine is actually taking the iron out, and then the factory has kind of been built around it. But I'm not sure if we'd be able to do that for each of these. I'll see. I'll have a play around with it as well, and show you the finished build once it's done. And here we are. Now I'm pretty happy with it overall. You can see we've added the pillars across the top just so that you can't see the Z fighting from above. Unfortunately, there's not much more I can do about that without changing the overall design of the build. You've already seen the outside here, although I have added a black glossy screen. So it's just a black emission off screen set to glossy. If you have it at matte, you can't see anything. But if you set it to glossy, it has this kind of reflection, which I love this. So anyway, we'll head in, and I'm pretty happy. It's lit up. There's plenty of light coming in. There's light from the windows as well. I have managed to do the little holes in the build for these two miners as well. And it's just adds a little bit of something else. On the outside, I haven't done much. I'm not sure what we're going to do out here, if I'm honest. But I have just walled it off with the chain link fence, and then we've done the tarped fence as well, just at the back. But we'll probably work out. Ooh. I hadn't noticed that before. We'll have to journey up there at some point. We'll probably do something here. Maybe we'll grab all of these resources when we're a little bit further along. And the other thing, well, you've already seen the storage, which I am really happy with. But from the outside, I've also used the beam connectors to create this little L-shaped support along the front, these little teeth. And though I think we could probably do with a little bit more, I don't know, decoration here. Maybe we'll leave it. One thing that I'm concerned about is that I haven't given myself space for the dimensional depot, and I would quite like to have them somewhere here, but we'll worry about that another time. For now, what's important is I grab these and we build the space elevator. I'm definitely going to have to do this in 2 trips as well. We need 100 of these, and then we're going to need, that was 1,000, wasn't it? Yeah, we're going to have to come back for that. Anyway, let's build that space elevator and get the next tier unlocked. Right, and let's just place that here for now. We'll add in all of these. Oh. Right, I'll have to get the rest of the stuff. I will be right back. That better be enough. I'm sure that is. Right. Okay, and here we go. We can send this off, which means this is my favorite part. Well, I say the favorite part of the game. I haven't played around with the late game yet, but this is where we get access to the trains. Oh, I cannot wait. We're going to get some really cool blueprints on the go. Don't need to see that. I just want to launch it. go on. Oh yeah, I forgot. We get to see the hologram build. Oh wow, that is definitely a docking port. Looks so cool. Huh. Would you look at that? Right, so now that we've done that, we get Sarkiada.
Phase 2 of project assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell.
Thanks
You
Ada.
will now enter phase 3 of project assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For FICSIT.
Well, with that unlocked, we now have access to... Oh, the jetpack! Yes, we need this, which means we need motors, actually. We're gonna need motors for everything. We need to do a motor factory. Logistics Mark IV, fluid packaging, petroleum power. Well, before we get on to doing fuel power, we will be doing a compacted coal power plant, and then we can focus on that. And here we go. This is the gem, but yeah, we definitely need the motors. So I think that's what we will be doing in the next episode. And we can actually go down the route of doing iron motors, if I remember rightly. Don't know if I've unlocked them all yet. Iron wire, and then it's not the rigger motor, no. Have I not unlocked it yet? Or maybe I have. Motor. Oh no, it's rotor, isn't it? We need, in order to do iron motors, you need to have the steel rotor recipe. We've got the iron wire, which we can unlock now, and we also have the iron pipes. So that's how you go about doing the iron motors. That'll be our first pure iron motor build. Right. Well, I think we're going to have to leave it there, because despite it being just a single factory, it's actually taken me quite a bit of time to build. Hopefully the motor factory won't take me as long. But guys, we are going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, most notably our Lunar Eclipse patrons, Firefless, The Calamity, Ben and Star, and our Blood Moon of the Day, which today is Brain Slug. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.